Hey class, today I'm going to be talking about my research paper topic on autonomous driving. And I'll be using a roadmap, toy car, and various objects to go over my research on how it works, its benefits, and its risks. So, autonomous driving works as the vehicle monitors the road and detects objects using a camera, sensor, and GPS. And those sensors would send the information back to the onboard AI computer for it to determine what it needs to do or to react. For example, if the AI is driving, and it senses an object with a sensor or a camera, that information would be sent back to the computer, and it would either stop right before the object, or it would drive around. So the idea and the benefit of this is that by using a processing power of the AI, that we're expecting it to react faster than a human can in sudden situations like this. So typically, it's studied that it takes about 2 seconds for us to react to a dangerous sudden situation, whereas AI could take a lot less to react. And that can potentially decrease the accident rate or potentially a fatal accident rate worldwide. And that is the hope and the benefit of using autonomous driving. However, in these decisions, would the AI consider any of the ethical perspectives that a human has? For example, let's say you're driving on the road and there's a pedestrian here. As you're driving, you see the pedestrian. You have two options. One is to get off the road, hit maybe a guardrail or a rock, cause damage to your vehicle, hurt yourself, but save one's life. The other option would be to not stop, hit the pedestrian, which could be fatal, slight impact on your vehicle, and slight damage or injury to yourself. I think 9 out of 10 people, and I will explain why it's 9, would rather hit a guardrail and save one's life. However, with the programming and the algorithm on the AI computer, if we program it to ensure that the driver's safety is its top priority, it would then hit the pedestrian, causing little harm to the car, little to no harm to the driver. At that point, you have to wonder, and this police officer needs to wonder, whose fault is it? The driver didn't make the decision, it's the vehicle. But we can't put a fault on a vehicle that's been programmed by a human being. Those are some of the things that we need to address and make sure before we can put such technology out on the road where everybody is involved. Another risk would be that during the transition process, a human-driven car can cause an insurance fraud or a staged accident. For example, let's say the orange car is the AI car. This car is human-driven, this car as well. Let's say that these two have a very bad mind or thinking and wants this car to hit this car so they can get compensation for the damages. By using the AI's fast reaction time, this car can hit the brakes all of a sudden, causing this car to stop. But then because the human cannot react as fast as the AI computer, there's a chance that it may hit this car. If in that case, this person would be at fault for the accident, and these two would receive compensation. These are some of the things that we need to think about that could happen during the transition process as well. So as you can see, autonomous driving is a very, very beneficial as well as comfortable technology that we can use to better our lives. However, there are risks that we need to address and ensure and agree upon before these are widely spread throughout the world.